Check 1 2, check 1 2. What's up, guys? Chris with Cross CNC here. Trying to get this audio squared away. Yesterday's audio was horrible. Check 1 2, check 1 2. If you're out there, how's that sound? Check, check. Let's see here. I think I found the issue. Okay. Let me go back to you're going to get some feedback. Okay, it does sound good. Thank you, Richie. Turns out that for some reason, my overhead mic, my boom mic, was not connecting to the computer, and I was getting all my recording through my webcam mic, which is quite far away. So I was getting a lot of ambient noise. It was really like trying to figure this out, not being a computer person, trying to figure out how to set up a morning show is very stressful. I'm sitting here trying to learn stuff on the fly and trying to learn new video programs on top of the programs that I already do. And then I always get flack because I'm looking. So when I'm looking at my monitor, at myself. But my camera is up here. So now it looks like I'm looking off. And I get that a lot. Like, why aren't you looking at the camera? Well, because I have to look at the screen over here. I have to make sure that I'm in focus and that I'm in frame and everything like that. We got some of the laziest dogs. This is why it's called Doghouse Studio. Yeah, we're talking about you. You can see his tail going whenever he hears somebody talking about him. That's Yuma. That one's Yuma. And that one's Yazi. Dogo Argentinos. Yuma's about 150, 160 pounds. I describe them as 150-pound pit bulls at 30 inches tall with Great Dane jowls. That's the easiest way to describe them. So right on. I got a lot of stuff out of the way there. That's good. This morning's coffee is a custom blend by me. It was a couple green roasted beans and then some personal. Hold on. It was part personal roast, part production roast. So I used some production roast beans from a company, but then I roasted a few of my own, and my house actually smells like coffee right now because it smells like burnt coffee. Because when you're roasting them, the smell of coffee actually loads up in the air, and it's kind of cool. I got to be honest, the coffee tastes like shit. But it's too mild but because I added my beans on the top surface, it has a real acidic back end. So you have that tang of real heavy, like Sumatra coffee. Very acidic, but it tastes very bland and watery on the front end. So I don't like it, but it was something I was trying. Oh, okay. Very excited about these and a new announcement. We got some big announcements going on this morning. Helped a fellow. Let's see here. How did I do this? Share screen. Helped a fellow YouTuber. Dan Clemente has a CNC for Newbies mini mill, and I helped make a YouTube thumbnail for him. So I actually created that last night. It was a quickie, but it was fun. We'll talk more about that. If you guys happen to go to YouTube and check out, let's see here. I need a production team to get this thing done. I now know why people don't do it themselves. If you go to YouTube, croftcnc.com, you can actually see we're putting out content almost every day. Where I'm really working on those thumbnails, trying to catch attention, shit like that. So I'm getting pretty good with the Photoshop and putting together these thumbnails. Feels pretty good because I don't know what I'm doing. We reached over 40,000 views yesterday. Pretty happy with that. All right. Okay. All right. It is 9 o'clock, folks. No music this morning. Trying to get things squared away. Not realizing what was going on with my audio. Made some small talk there in the beginning. We put in a lot of work. And I'm not going to say me. I put in a lot of work to do stuff with Croft CNC to bring information to the masses. I'm not a photographer. I'm not a videographer, stuff like that. So my videos are raw. You know, I have a storyboard script that I want to touch on, the different parts that I want to touch on, but I don't script stuff and go out and shoot it 9 times and everything like that. Everything that's done on my videos is done. Like one shot, take it or leave it. It is what it is. Okay. Some people like that. Some people don't. That's not my problem. If you don't like it, don't tune in. If you like it, tune in. If you've got commentary to help build me up, constructive criticism, then send it. I want it. I want to be better. I want to do this better. But I like to say that I'm doing something right. So a while ago, I did a couple YouTube videos showing how to hook up a Triquarta CNC touch probe to the CNC for Newbies 4896 RP machine, the CNC router. What that touch probe does is allows you to find the edge of your material and the height of your tool. And I'm like, okay, that's fantastic. That's great. One thing that you don't take into account is how far reaching that information goes. And whenever I posted that information, Charlie Thomas from Triquarta CNC did not have that particular information to give to his customers. He was telling people, I think it'll work, but I haven't tried it. You know, if it doesn't work, send me back your probe and I'll refund your money right away. Well, I did those videos and Charlie was appreciative of those videos to show that his product does work with what we're doing. And in order to show his gratitude, the conversation was, hey, I would like to send you 2 touch probes. Do with them what you want. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, you could keep them for your machines because you have multiple machines, or you can keep one, give one away. You can give both of them away. I don't care, but thank you. And he sent me 2 prepackaged Triquarta CNC touch probe kits with the Triquarta CNC toolkit, which is very valuable. That right there made the time that I took to figure this out and to do this all worth it. I mean, you're talking about a project that I was mainly doing for me because I wanted it, you know, and I just thought, oh, nobody else has it, so I'll go ahead and put a video on it. But to get recognition from another company like that was awesome. Comes with there we go, the touch probe, the wiring clips, and then in the touch probe there's this little USB stick. That USB stick is the actual Triquarta CNC toolbox Um, Charlie made waves when Gerbil started first being used for X-Carve, Shapeoko, and homemade CNCs using the Gerbil platform. Charlie took time to write code to allow you to figure out how to write a macro, and he basically made an Excel sheet that wrote a macro for you in order to zero your material. So you could zero your tool on your material in a matter of seconds instead of doing the paper test and a wiggler and changing everything and all that. So, you know, when I first got the X-Carve, that was a big investment for me, but it was a good investment. Now, I now have 3 of these plates. And I ask myself, what am I going to do with 3 of these plates? And my theory is I'm going to keep mine and I'm going to give these other ones away. So we're going to have some type of competition between the Facebook groups on making stuff, utilizing the CNCs, and then this will kind of be the trophy to the group. And my hope is it will bring some camaraderie amongst the groups, but it will also get people the parts that they need in terms of these touch plates. It makes life a lot easier, and I want to see people using them and having them available. So Charlie sponsored these 2, and instead of keeping them all to my greedy self, I am going to put this back in the box. I'm first going to do a review on, these are the Gen 2s, or no, Gen 3s, I'm sorry. These are the Gen 3s. He makes these on a Tormach CNC. And what's nice about that is I have the first gen that he was still making on his X-Carve. So we're going to compare mine, the old school one, to the new school one. And we're going to go from there. And then I'm going to send these ones out to the group that wins to somebody that doesn't have one. And that'll be the trophy. So I want to give a brief moment to thank Charlie at Triquarta CNC. You didn't have to do that, man. You guys that are out there, if you would, go to Triquarta CNC. It's triquarta.com or triquarta-cnc.com is the website, and I'm going to bring it up here. Let's see. We're going to share this. Here's his website. And if you would, just go take a look. And you know, he's on YouTube. Give him a like there. Give him a like on Facebook, Instagram, and everything like that. These are things he didn't have to do, and I just want to show my appreciation. These were the first riser sets that I got. This was the first touch probe that I got, and when you take a look at all the options, I bought the whole kit and caboodle with mine. So when I bought mine, it came with the wire. It looked like this. And I got to tell you, I was extremely anxious whenever it was coming, and once it got here, I couldn't wait. So I want to give Charlie some love. I am very appreciative of what he did for the CNC community, and we're going to go from there with that. Another thing that happened was we have an Elix Maker project going on. Elix Maker is a 20 by 20 aluminum extrusion belt-driven machine that typically runs a laser. So I have a few DIY versions of them. I made some upgrade components to what I have, but I didn't have a laser for it because I used the endurance laser that I was going to put on it on the X-Carve, because I put the JTech on the CNC for Newbies. So a company heard that I was doing this project and that I didn't have a laser for it. And Jay Johnson from JTech Photonics jumped in and said, "Oh, you need some lasers? I got you." So JTech is sending me some lasers to do the Elix Maker projects, and we're extremely grateful for that. I appreciate that. I can't really tell you guys how excited I get when these other companies jump in on what we're doing. They see the education that's going on, and they see the overall goal of what I want to do, and we try and move forward with it. So with that being said, I'm extremely happy. I'm excited. Yeah, that's just where we're at with it. So, with that being said, I want to give a great thanks to JTech Photonics. As soon as the lasers get here, we're going to do a full install on it, on the Elix Maker, and I'll show you guys exactly what it's like. I did an Elix Maker build with a JTech about 2 years ago, and whenever I did, it was one of the best operating laser setups. The PWM control was fantastic. It really did a number for me. The downside to it was I didn't have homing switches on it, and I had somebody that wanted to buy it, so I sold it. And whenever I sold it, I didn't have that JTech setup anymore. But I know what to replicate. I know how to replicate it. And now we're putting bigger, better machines together. So now we'll be able to jump around a little bit more and do a little bit more with it and get everything going. So Jay, thank you once again. That is appreciated. We talked about current machines that are running. We did that yesterday. We talked about the sponsors coming in. Now we're getting sponsors in because they see the value in what I'm doing with my YouTube and with my social media in general. And I asked that you guys please go to my YouTube, send all your friends to my YouTube, and subscribe. I don't care if they look, I don't care if they watch, subscribe. The people that will look and watch will be there. But I need those subscription numbers to get up. I need all of that to get up so that I can go live. And on top of that, it's one of those I can get my numbers up and hopefully get it monetized, and that will pay for the video editing and stuff like that. I don't know how many people realize, but like StreamYard, that I use this software every morning to do the lives, and I use this software to go live across multiple groups in Facebook and stuff like that. I pay for that. That's on me. On top of that, let's share this. So this video editor, I pay for. This, I pay for. These backgrounds for StreamYard and OBS, I pay for. Now that I have them, I can replicate them, but I needed a base to start with. Okay. On top of that, a lot of this stuff here are paid for. Paid. All of those different softwares and stuff, those are paid for softwares. And it takes a lot to show you guys all these different pieces of the puzzle to make a CNC produced part. You guys don't see what happens in the background and how much goes into this stuff, but let me tell you, it's not cheap. So every little bit, whenever we can get monetized from YouTube, is going to help immensely. So please help me get those numbers up. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you for fame. I'm just asking, have your friends and family go in, give it a subscribe and a like. That's all you need to do. 2 clicks. Boom, boom, done. That helps the algorithm set up, and it starts the clock on me actually making money on YouTube so that I can facilitate upgrading. I actually just upgraded my video. I got this Adobe Premiere Pro. I got the new Adobe Premiere Pro to try and upgrade my my editing. I got to learn how to use it, but we're trying this, man. We're doing some videos and stuff like that. I really want to make this happen. So that's that. We've got a couple things. I did that video on the Xanadu trying to find I did this video, or I did a video on this sign yesterday. I actually showed how I make that for for the plasma machine. And that was cool. So we are trying to get stuff going. All right. What do you think? Sign? Let's see. We got one viewer out there. What kind of sign should we make today? Do we want to do plasma cut or CNC router? Come on, you're out there. You're on Croft CNC's YouTube. I can see you. It looks like Patriots and Truth Seekers, maybe. Not sure. Somebody. We're going to do a quick tutorial. I got to see how I can use my 3D. We could do that. Let's go into VCarve. We're going to create a new one. We're going to go into clip art. We're going to go into animals. We're going to bring in some trees. We're going to make happy little trees. We're going to take that, select that. I'm going to go into modeling. Bring that forward. Okay. Now we've got the moose is on the loose. Okay. Now we need to go back into clip art. Let's take that. Move it down. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to get orientation correct. Okay, so the tree is actually blocking the moose right now. So I can take both the tree depth down and now I'll take the moose okay. So now we've got our moose and our trees. The pond kind of disappears off the side. We've got some grass there. Let's add some more let's add a cloud coming in. There. Let's now take that part of the model and we're going to obviously have to shrink that down. Let's take that moose. Drop that shape down. That does not look good at all. Okay. Right about there's where that's going to be. The trees, I think we're going to have to bring those up more. Just to be not so pronounced. Okay, there we go. Let's get that cloud, bring that cloud up a little more definition to it. Okay, there we go. Wow, that's going to have some depth to it. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go in here. Nah, I don't want to do that. Okay, so this we are going to try and take to the back. We're going to keep and what I'm doing is I'm playing around with the base height. Okay. So now we've got the mountains need to come up a little more, but I have to be very careful because they'll start impeding on the trees right there. Okay. So now I need something with grass. And I need some more trees. Okay. That looks good there, but I got to do something about that cloud. So now we go into this one. We select our cloud. We take that base cloud height down. Okay. All right, we've got that. Now I need to find some grass. Okay, and I need to bring that over a little just to hide that bush area. Go back to modeling. Bring that bush area up. Let's take that. We're going to tilt. I'm going to have to tilt this in and tilt this in to get that to blend with the grass and the bushes. So I should make that its own component and bring it in front of the pond to make it look right. Okay. Or we could do that. Okay. Now we need to all right. Okay. Now we're just playing around with this, trying to see what we can do to make this blend a little bit better. That's one reason why I like Aspire and MeshLab, is because I can take these components and kind of overlay them and chop them and do a lot more work with them. Uh-oh, somebody's up. Life is so hard for those guys. All right. All in all, I think that looks pretty good. Let's go over here. Thickness, da-da-da-da-da. 1/4 inch end mill, 2 flute. Okay. Doesn't look like much, but then we come back in with the .45 roster. This is going to take a minute because there's a lot of information there. This will probably take a good 3-4 minutes to render. Now we're moving pretty good. Let's see what we've got. All right. Come on now. Okay, guys, here we go. Okay. So now I need to set a 0 plane. Okay. Mountains and trees. We can Ah. Okay. Now, let's recalculate these. And as we recalculate these, this is going to take a minute. Now remember, I've got a high-powered processor in my computer, and it still takes it this long. So you guys can imagine how long it was taking me with my laptop. I hope you guys like the reveal on that. Hopefully we got rid of what I was doing was trying to get rid of the peaks behind the trees and clouds that came through from the underboard. Freaking spam callers. She's still thinking. Hopefully I didn't just crash it. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. And that, my friends, is what you end up with. All right. That's the big reveal for today. And I guess I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right. Later, guys.